Remember the insanity of the Flappy Bird craze? After the creator took this viral hit down from the app stores, people were literally selling phones with the game already installed on it for jacked up prices, and people were buying. It was incredible how such a simple game generated such a huge amount of wealth and infinite happiness for its creator, and people have been chasing that success with hyper-casual style games ever since. As a fan of large amounts of wealth for little to no effort, I figured I'd see if GPT-4 could generate the next Flappy Bird for me. And it actually had some pretty cool ideas and gave me pretty much all of the code to get the key parts working in an hour or so, and I spent another couple hours asking ChatGPT to add little features. So I do have experience with the phaser framework, which is what this game was built with, but I wanted to see how much I could rely on purely AI for this, and ChatGPT was responsible for probably 95% of the code. But the code is not really what I thought was interesting about this experience. It was the art assets. I love pixel art and pixel art games, and I think there is a fantastic opportunity with AI here that pixel art is uniquely suited to. I've created quite a few average games in the past, but the big problem I have is that I'm just not that good at creating pixel art assets for games. I'm okay at it, or at least I was, but the results are usually just okay-ish, and it takes me a long time to do it. This is usually what ends up demotivating me for game projects, but I think AI solves this problem for me. Generating graphical assets for software projects with tools like Midjourney is not a new idea. I did a video a while ago on using Midjourney to create a mobile app design, which I implemented, and I was nowhere near the first person to do that. So if you want more info on how to actually use Midjourney, you might want to check out that video. But the problem with using Midjourney for assets like this is that you have to be willing to accept some less than ideal or weird results. The end result is just a raster image, so it's hard to make any significant modifications to it manually, like you could easily do with a Photoshop document or Figma file. But pixel art has an interesting advantage here. What I did initially was just use Midjourney as normal to create some assets like this. So Midjourney created some assets in a pixel art style, but it's not actually pixel art. I then ran this through a background removal tool, and what I have in the end is a kind of low-res pixel art style image that isn't really pixel art. I could use this asset in a game as is, but it's typical of the kind of sacrifice in quality you would usually make using Midjourney. Most importantly, it wouldn't give me happy pixel art feelings about the game I was making. Now we get to the part where pixel art shines in this scenario. It is relatively easy to convert this image into a high-quality actual pixel art image. It's still not going to be the quality of actual professional pixel artists, but the results are probably much better and definitely a lot faster than I could achieve creating this from scratch myself. What I did was run my Midjourney results through this little pixel tool I found where you can upload an image and it will pixel artify it for you. The results of this are pretty good enough for a quick little side project that I don't want to spend too much time on. But you can take this even further. Someone with just okay pixel art skills like me can load this up into an editor and essentially just trace and modify this base image as you see fit. When you're dealing with something like a 64 pixel sprite, this can be quite quick to do. You can even use this step to apply a consistent color palette and style, and again, that sort of consistency is also something that is hard to achieve with Midjourney typically. And at least for me, the art process here is still actually interesting and fun. I am essentially cheating by tracing an existing image, but it still gives me a chance to apply pixel art concepts in a more satisfying way. Rather than practicing by creating some shonky pixel art sprite, I actually get to work on something that looks interesting and that I can actually use in the end. And pixel art isn't just about a particular nostalgic aesthetic for games either. The cool thing about using pixel art in games is that it can easily scale without losing quality. It is similar to an SVG in this way. 1 pixel can easily become 4 pixels, then 16 pixels, and so on, without losing any quality. I've been wanting to get back into game dev for a long time, and I think this might just be the thing to finally push me back into it. I think what I've shown you today is legitimately useful and powerful, and this was just from messing around a little. This process could be refined a great deal more. At the moment, my channel is basically Angular and uneducated AI takes, but if you're interested in seeing some game dev stuff mixed in there too, let me know in the comments. And as always, if this video was interesting at all, please consider a like and subscribe before you go, and I'll catch you again in the next one.